Hi, my name is Julio Rivera. I'm an activist, journalist, adventurer, veteran, television presenter, and businessman. I've covered many of the major historical events going on around the world over the past several years, and after watching regime changes, conflict, and historic elections globally, I've come to the conclusion that the most underreported crisis in the world today can be defined in only one word: malware. That's why I've decided to dedicate my time to educating people everywhere and exposing the dangers that exist on the devices that we've become tethered to and depend on for so many reasons in our day-to-day life. Welcome to This Week in Malware. On This Week in Malware, we'll be covering Anti-Malware Lab, a rogue anti-malware program that runs a fake system scan to intimidate Windows users. FBI removes backdoors from Microsoft Exchange servers created by the HAFNIUM hacking group and exploited by ransomware. And Fxsmash.xyz uses aggressive advertising tactics to expose computer users to questionable content. Have you been getting alerts from an unknown app called Anti-Malware Lab? Well, if so, don't allow yourself to be fooled by the authentic sounding name. Anti-Malware Lab is actually a rogue anti-malware application. These types of programs purport themselves to be real anti-malware utilities to trick victims into buying them. Anti-Malware Lab's user interface even goes far enough to mimic the interfaces of familiar Windows viruses and malware scanners. If downloaded and installed, Anti-Malware Lab will perform a bogus system scan and begin to send you alerts claiming that the computer is infected with malware. It will then ask you to buy the full version of Anti-Malware Lab to get rid of the non-existent infections. Don't allow yourself to fall for it, as Anti-Malware Lab is nothing but a rogue anti-malware program. How does Anti-Malware Lab infect your computer? Most often, victims of Anti-Malware Lab are themselves responsible for downloading the app. This is achieved via social engineering, and hackers exploit typical human behaviors to deliver unwanted software. Additionally, the program may also be delivered by a Trojan. Trojan downloaders often take advantage of security vulnerabilities in Flash and JavaScript, fake video codec downloads, or could disguise themselves as popular downloads on file-sharing networks to infiltrate rogue programs and other malicious programs. What other programs are associated with Anti-Malware Lab? There is a multitude of phony anti-malware programs that are associated with Anti-Malware Lab. Most are clones of this rogue security tool, and they include VirusMelt, Extra Antivirus, Fast Antivirus 2009, Windows Security Suite, Windows Protection Suite, Smart Virus Eliminator, Volcano Security Suite, Windows Enterprise Suite, Enterprise Suite, Additional Guard, PC Live Guard, Live PC Care, Live Enterprise Suite, Security Antivirus, My Security Wall, Cleanup Antivirus, Smart Security, and Windows Work Catalyst. You should disregard any warnings from Anti-Malware Lab or any of the previously mentioned associated programs because they are more likely to introduce fictitious and misleading information. Also, do not delete any files that are reported by Anti-Malware Lab as infected. Quite likely, these files may be completely harmless or are essential files necessary for your operating system's smooth performance. How do I remove Anti-Malware Lab from my PC? Anti-Malware Lab does not make it easy for you to remove its components. We suggest the use of a legitimate anti-malware tool to remove Anti-Malware Lab. Additionally, reports advise to use the registration code U2FD-S2LA-H4KA- UEPB to stop Anti-Malware Lab from sending you its fake alerts. This, however, will not remove the threat from your computer and will only stop most of the rogue program's annoying pop-up alerts. Microsoft revealed multiple zero-day exploits being used to attack Exchange servers in early March, and we have already discussed the biggest malware threats to jump on the bandwagon in our previous episode. DearCry ransomware, Black Kingdom ransomware, and Lemon Duck crypto miner successfully exploited the vulnerabilities that left Exchange servers exposed, but that not would have been possible without HAFNIUM, a hacking group that is believed to operate from China. According to a Microsoft blog post shared on March 2, 2021, HAFNIUM primarily targets entities in the United States across a number of industry sectors, including infectious disease researchers, law firms, higher education institutions, defense contractors, policy think tanks, and NGOs. Since HAFNIUM is a state-sponsored group, it is possible that it will not be deployed for anything else but cyber espionage. However, it would be naive to think that regular computer users cannot be affected by cyber attackers who primarily target larger entities and the data they possess. The goal of the attackers hiding behind the HAFNIUM mask is to exfiltrate sensitive data, and they have proven how efficient they can be by successfully exploiting server-side request forgery, CVE-2021-26855, insecure deserialization, CVE-2021-26857, post-authentication arbitrary file write, CVE-2021-26858, and post-authentication arbitrary file write, CVE-2021-27065 vulnerabilities. The vulnerabilities that made attacks on the Microsoft Exchange servers possible. Once HAFNIUM discovered the vulnerabilities and exploited them, the attackers leveraged the compromised servers to deploy malicious web shells. Unfortunately, using the backdoors, attackers could steal sensitive data. The vulnerabilities also permitted the attackers to acquire the Exchange offline address books containing information about the targeted organizations. Recently, the FBI has taken a page out of the HAFNIUM handbook and has been hacking into vulnerable systems using the same backdoors. Of course, the Bureau is doing that not to exploit more security cracks, exfiltrate data, or perform other malicious actions. Instead, they are using the vulnerabilities to provide protection against HAFNIUM. The Department of Justice released a statement on April 13th revealing that the FBI discovered hundreds of HAFNIUM-related web shells that were not yet removed from vulnerable systems. The FBI moved in to maintain and escalate persistent, unauthorized access to US networks. The web shells removal was performed using a command specifically designed to locate and delete those web shells alone. Unsurprisingly, the FBI's actions have caused heated discussions among cybersecurity experts and regular computer users. In an unprecedented move, the government took charge against an aggressive hacking group by accessing the affected Microsoft Exchange servers, potentially without alerting their owners. All in all, the operation proved to be successful as vulnerable servers were eventually cleared from malicious web shells. Fxsmash.xyz is a shady domain that redirects users to unreliable and potentially malicious websites. In most cases, computer users arrive at Fxsmash.xyz accidentally or are rerouted to it by potentially unwanted programs or pups that users install inadvertently. The pups may trigger redirects, deliver unwanted ads, and collect personal information. Gilcom is an example of a potentially unwanted extension that has been linked to the suspicious domain. Fxsmash.xyz operates as an adware advertising supported software and uses aggressive tactics to expose computer users to questionable content. It forces web browsers to open up new tabs or windows and can initiate a chain of redirections to other undesirable websites. The consequences of landing on Fxsmash.xyz include facing invasive advertisements that can promote misleading coupons, surveys, and installers. Any interaction with these can create opportunities to redirect to unreliable websites or initiate the running of new scripts that download and install other potentially unwanted programs. The additional pups may collect internet browsing information, including geolocations, search history, and IP addresses. The pup operators may then share or sell this information to third parties who could abuse it to create revenue. Some computer users have also reported instances of identity theft, while others have reported issues with their system's performance. The internet is full of potentially unwanted programs that purport to be useful. Most merely execute marketing techniques designed to fool computer users into downloading useless applications while never actually providing the promised service or value. How do I avoid Fxsmash.xyz and potentially unwanted programs? First and foremost, avoid landing on fxsmash.com web pages, which you might be able to do successfully by practicing safe browsing habits. Additionally, only download software, especially freeware, from the official and credible sources. Avoid using third-party software downloaders or installers, and never complete the installation without checking the readily available, advanced or custom option and choosing only the programs that you initially wanted in the first place. Remember that software bundlers are notorious for promoting useless programs along with potentially attractive freeware to trick you into downloading something potentially useless or even worse, harmful. You know, as I think about the dangers that exist online, not unlike the subjects we learned about in this video, I know I feel a lot better having an anti-malware program like SpyHunter installed in my PC, providing me the protection I need against malware, and I think you should too. SpyHunter 5's strongest features are found in its malware repair capabilities. SpyHunter 5's remediation algorithms dive deep into your system to remove and address complex malware issues affecting PCs today. While many anti-malware products only flag and quarantine malware and ultimately fail to fully remediate the root problem, the SpyHunter 5 remediation algorithm detects, quarantines, and programmatically repairs malware problems on your PC. SpyHunter 5 is a powerful PC utility that repairs malware threats in many cases where other competing anti-malware and antivirus programs may fail. To detect and remove malware for free, go to enigmasoftware.com and download SpyHunter today. Thanks for watching.